Hello friends, welcome to today's video, or if you're new, hi, my name is Tanya and I like to talk about books. And in today's video, I am sharing the 15 books that I've downloaded ebooks onto my Kindle. I think I've done this video one other time on my channel, feel free to check it out. But I'm hoping to do this a little bit more often. I know some people are more specifically e-readers, like ebook readers. I like to do a little bit of both, like physical ebook and audio as well, but I just wanted to share with you some of those, especially if you use KU. Maybe you will find this helpful and some recommendations to be on the lookout. Let's get into today's video. It is a blizzard outside where I am in Minnesota. Things are shut down, highways and stuff around us. It's pretty wild. Highways, schools, everything is shut down around us, and I'm just hiding inside today, cozy day, and I wanted to talk about books with you. So let's get into it. So the first book that I downloaded was Trial of the Sun Queen, and I don't know much about it. I've just heard a lot of recommendations. It is a romantasy, I believe, and I think, like it says, there's like trials. It kind of made me think a little bit of like Hunger Games, but a lot of people I've heard on like Instagram and things just say that it's like very fast-paced, you really get into it, and I would love that in a series. So I'm kind of really into fantasy right now. Again, I kind of go through phases, and so I'm curious to try it out and see if I do like this series as well. And I think the whole series is on KU, which would be great, but I'm going to start with this first book and see how it goes. Then the second book is Storm of Secret and Sorrow. I've written it down my list. I think that's what it's called. And this is the second book. I'm actually reading this right now of the Legacy series. I read the first one, which is also on KU. It's a romantasy, kind of dark romantasy, I guess, but I don't know, I'm enjoying the series so far. So this is the second book. I've heard a lot of people say the second book is even better than the first, so I don't know, we will see. But I downloaded that one as well, and this series, the books are pretty big chunkers, but you know, you don't notice that on your Kindle. Just click it away. So we shall see how I feel about it. But yeah, there's like, it's a whole series, and there's like the legacy, there's fae in it, magical powers, things like that. So I'm curious to see where the series goes. Then this next book that I downloaded is Where the Lost Wander, and what I liked about this one is it also came with a free audiobook that, you know, goes along. Sometimes on Kindle Limited they have those where they have both, and this is by one of my favorite authors, which of course I can't remember her name. It is by one of my favorite authors, Amy Harmon, and I believe from what I'm understanding so far, I think it's a historical fiction of people during that time when they head west, kind of like Oregon Trail, all those kinds of things. So I don't know, it seemed interesting to me, and I'm trying to read through her other books. And so yeah, I saw it was on KU, and I want to try it out. The next book is The Steadfast Heart, and this is book 3 in the fairy tale series that I've talked about a little bit. It's like Regency romances, but fairy tale retellings, and I just really enjoy them. They're short little books. They're about between 120 to like 150 pages. I really am just enjoying it. So that is book 3. And then also for my next book, I downloaded A Beautiful Love, which is book 4 in the series. The whole series is on KU, which is really nice. So I'm hoping to at least get through a couple of those, if not more, in March. And again, check out the series if you like Regency, kind of very atmospheric, just cute romances and fairy tale retellings. Maybe you would like this series as well. Then this next book is The Blue Bistro, and this is by Ellen Hildebrand. And I mentioned in my wrap up last month for February that I read a novella by this author, and I kind of was curious in trying out a full-length book by her. I know she's pretty popular. I have not read a full-length book by her, so I'm hoping to try it out, see how it goes, if I like her style of writing and things like that. So I decided to check it out. I saw that they had this one on KU, and we shall see. This other book that I downloaded was Mr. Gardner and the Governess, I believe it's called, and this is also part of a Regency romance, like historical fiction series, which is also all completely on KU, which is really nice if you have that subscription to get access to the whole series. And they are again set during Regency time, and they follow, I believe it's a whole family, like each book is a different family member, and so this one focuses on Mr. Gardner and then the governess of the family. And so I read a prequel that I really enjoyed, I think, in January, and so this is the next book in the series. So again, I'm hoping I like this one as well, and if I do, then it's great because I have a whole other series to continue on. Then this other one, I just thought it'd be fun to add another little romance, is Girl Meets Grump. I don't know much about it. The cover seemed kind of cute, and I think it might be a sports romance, something along those lines. And so again, I don't know much about it. I was going into it blind, but I just wanted to try it out and see, and yeah, so we'll see, and I'll let you know. And I think there is also, I think, one or two other books in the series. So again, if it's really good, then I can continue on and just try it out. So it's an author that's also new to me. I've never read anything by this author as well. Then this other book I'm very excited for. It is called Dragon's Kiss, and I've seen this cover and it just looks so cool, and I'm just so excited to see like what, I don't know, it looks so cool, and it has so many things. It's fantasy, dragons, like that already. I love anything with dragons. I'm so excited to get in. This is also a series. I believe all the books are in KU as well, so hopefully if it's good, it'd be great to have the other ones available there to read. Then the next book I do actually have in print, but it is from KU as well. It's Great and Precious Things. I think this was on my last video as well, but I have it on my physical TBR. It's by Rebecca Yarros. I really just enjoy her contemporary romances. She is one of my favorite authors for them. I think I've said that before. I enjoy the Fourth Wing series, but to be honest, maybe this will be another video, I prefer just her contemporary romances the best from her. And yeah, so I'm hoping to read this. They also always have usually a military aspect, like someone in the military or coming out of the military, something along those lines. And yeah, so I think that there's a small town. Camden is coming back from war and dealing, I think, with things at home, but she just really writes them very well, and I enjoy her books. Then the other book that I downloaded, which I don't know if I'll get to it, but it is Filthy Rich Vampires, but the third book, which is Three Queens, and I've already read the first two books in the series. I do really enjoy this series. Think of it like mafia romances, but with vampires and like magic, right? So it's like romantasy, but mafia style. And if I have a weakness for mafia romances, so I really enjoy these. So I don't know if any of that sounds interesting to you. I have to say the writing is like fast-paced. It kind of sucks me in. So I took a break for a little bit, so I'm hoping to get back into the third book and see how, you know, the story continues. I don't want to give it away, obviously, but it is a romantasy series. So there's obviously a romance subplot or romance plot, but there is other things going on as well, like politics and like, I don't know, just the whole world of this like vampire royalty situation. So I don't know, it's been really good so far. Then another book that I'm actually like halfway through, I've been trying to get through, is Frederick Bachman is Beartown, and I again saw this was on Kindle Unlimited, and sometimes it's easier for me to read on my Kindle than in print. So I'm hoping, I think I'm, like I said, halfway through this book, so maybe having it on my Kindle will help me to finish it up and get it off my physical TBR. Again, I'm a big fan of Frederick Bachman, so I'm trying to go through all his backlist of books. I believe this is also a show, I think, so I was curious and checking it out once I have read the book. But it's like a small town. I don't even really know where it is, but it follows a hockey team, and then something happens pretty serious, and they're kind of like the fallout from all of that within the town. Another book that I have is The Second Blind Son, and this is by the same author I mentioned earlier in the video, Amy Harmon. This is the second book to one of my favorite books, which of course I can't remember the name of, right? It's a favorite book. Why would I remember the name of it? The First Girl Child, or First Girl Child. This is the second book to that. And again, I've been wanting to read this for a long time, but I have it on Kindle, so hopefully that will help me. But it is like Viking magic realism. There's a little bit elements of magic, like runes and things, but not like high fantasy. So, but I really like the first book, so I'm hoping to finish this. I think it's just a duology, so once I finish this, I will actually complete a series, which would be nice. And another book that I am also about a fourth of the way in is Authentically Izzy, and this is a kind of rom-com. It's clean, like there's no spice in this one, and I like it because it's all made up of emails and letters and texts and stuff, and so that just sounds really good. And it's the first book in a series, and this is my second book by this author, Pepper Basham, so I'm really liking her book so far. But I saw that it was on Kindle to again help me read this through faster, so I'm excited to check it out. And then the last book that I downloaded on Kindle, but I do also have in print, is A Fragile Enchantment. I don't know much about it. I know this came out last year. I just really enjoyed the cover. Again, I think, is it romantasy or just romance? I've heard it's kind of like Bridgerton with some magic, I think, Regency. I don't know, all those things like fantasy, Regency era, and like magic all sounds interesting to me, like fairy tale. So I don't know, I'm curious to try it out and see how it goes. But those are the 15 books that I downloaded on my Kindle. I do also want to let people know that if you do have Prime, maybe you already know, but there's something called Prime First Reads that at the beginning of each month, Amazon sends you a list of books that usually as a Prime member you can get for free before they are released, I think, to every, like, overall Amazon. And so they do have some of those as well, so I downloaded some of those on to my Kindle as well. And I'll put those here on the screen. I downloaded a romance that I thought sounded interesting, and then also a short story. So those have been added to my Kindle as well to possibly get through in the month of March. So yeah. As always, please share down below maybe what you are reading and what you are excited about, or if you have good recommendations. I always want to know it. So thank you guys all so much for watching, and then I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.